Monday. How's your Monday morning or Monday evening going? I am very sorry. I'm a little bit late this morning. Well, the reason is because today is May 31st, end of the last day of May. And Tessa Marie's 31 days of gratitude of last day. I wanted to stay. I was planning to do live 8:30, but something was telling me, Hugo, it's not about you. It's about the friends, and you have to be there. You have to celebrate. You have to be with them, Tessa Marie and her family. I call Morning Blessing family, right? And so I heard a voice, like, you gotta stay there, right? That's why I just made up myself. I made a decision that, you know what, I can do my live later after. Today's, I am going to stay. Tessa Marie's 31 days of gratitude, the last day. And I will enjoy. I will celebrate with her friends and Tessa. So I did it. Because, you know what, sometimes I know it's important for me to keep my daily routine going. It's good. It's important. I made a commitment myself. But sometimes you have to think about what is important. Hi, Aman. Thank you so much. That was Tessa's live. Was really great live, right? Last day of gratitude. We had such a great time. I'm glad you're showing it. So today is, I wanted to stay there. I wanted to stay there till end. I wanted to just taste the moment. I wanted to taste the last day of 31 days of gratitude with you guys. So I made a commitment myself to stay there. I heard Tessa's live. So, hey, my life today is behind, late. That's okay, right? Yeah, I am fantastic. How about you, Eman? Thank you so much. Yeah, sometimes it's okay. I know you make up your mind. This is what I'm going to do. But you know what? It's sometimes, yes, that Tessa Marie's 31 days gratitude. That's a big commitment. You have to do it no matter what, right? But then, I just you know what? My life. Yuki-san, good evening. Thank you so much, Yamagin-san. Yes, I am sorry. And I'm a little bit behind today because I wanted to stay my friend Tessa Marie's 31 days gratitude until her life is almost done. So, supporting friends, so important. And then I can still do my life, right? So because, I have my time. So this is it. So, you know what? I understand you have to. When you make a commitment, you have to do it. Yes, yesterday, that go back to yesterday's self-care live. Actually, I don't know, maybe you guys, maybe Aman was there too. Okay, yes, good evening, Hiroyuki-san. Thank you so much. So, everything is ready. Sunday self-care. Wallet, okay, the hot sauce, coins, Ziploc, everything was ready. And then, as the 20 minutes show starts, my husband starts freaking out, Hugo, come downstairs. I just what's going on? And then we noticed the basement sewer backed up. It wasn't even, hey Tosh-chan, good evening, hello. The sewer, it wasn't, Tessa said, oh, it might be rainwater. Actually, it wasn't rainwater, okay? It was sewer. I don't want to describe too much, but it was a disaster. The toilet paper, the stuff. Okay, anyway, that's enough. So, anyway, did I wave? There you go. Sorry. My husband, just woke up. He was just about enjoying his coffee, and he went downstairs, and he just like, oh my gosh, right? Thank God, part of our basement it's concrete. Laundry room we don't have any carpet, so it's like bare concrete because we didn't touch it. The reason for that, our house, old house, okay, so the pipe is not plastic. It's not. It's old steel pipe. We know we get plugged up one couple of times a year. We know that wasn't the first time. Sewer backed up. That's not the first time happened. Happens a couple of times, right? It happened a couple of times. So that's why we just leave bare concrete, just in case, right? Just in case. Happened yesterday. 10, 20 minutes before self-care. Hey, you artist over here, you had awesome, awesome last day of gratitude. I stayed almost, it's like stayed till end. I was so appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tessa. So, yeah, I was talking about self-care just before self-care happens. Like, my husband freaked out, and then he's just like, I wanted to enjoy Sunday morning. I wanted to have a coffee, but do I have to clean up this? Good morning, Alex. Thank you for coming. So I wanted to freak out because I was all ready to be on Self-Care Sunday show with Tessa, right? And I just like, oh my gosh, what should I do? And I knew I couldn't do it with like the basement is like, disaster like that. The sewer backed up. I knew I'm gonna feel good evening, Takeru-san. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I knew I couldn't leave him do that, right? And then so I just like, what did I do? I was panicked too, but he was even more panicked. He was freaking out, right? Because he woke up, he wanted to enjoy coffee, but the first thing he saw in the basement, just like, sewer backed up, right? So anyway, so I just like, okay, all right. I told my husband, okay, let me help you. And after I said that, I was already calm down, right? I was already calm. The reason is, I knew the panic, it's like freaking out doesn't help, right? And then start screaming at the situation doesn't help. Hey, good afternoon, Ahmed. Thank you for coming. So I just like, okay, I gotta go to self-care show. But I know, I can't, it's like, I know what I have to do is first, I have to just give a message to Tessa that I won't be able to make it. That's the first things I have to do, right? That's so important. So I just sent a message to Tessa, and Tessa was so kind enough, she understood. She said, hey, Lisa, good evening. She understood. She said, yes, it's important things. Don't worry. And then Tessa says, the show must go on. We notice people. Give a notification to people. Doesn't, means I have to keep doing it even if myself. So I really felt bad, but feeling bad is the moment, right? But I couldn't stay in the moment feeling bad, feeling guilty because I have to cancel. Of course I do, but I have to, to deal with something in front of me. So I just like, what's my next? So I just like, okay. I asked my husband, okay, I sent a message to Tessa. I did, right? And next, I just asked my husband, how can I help you? What can I do for you? He said, he was screaming. He was just freaking out. Just like, I don't know. So I just, okay, I got it. I didn't push it. And I look around and I just like, okay, I need a rag. I need a broom, right? As soon as I said that, he just like, can you get me a broom? And then I think he calmed down a little bit because I didn't push. I left him alone. I know he was super frustrated. So I just like, okay, I walked away, which is unusual for me. Usually, sometimes we love, as a woman, as a wife, we like to push, right? Just like, oh, well, why you freaking out? This is not what you're supposed to do. You have to stay calm. Like, old Yuko, if that was old Yuko, I would tell him how he should act in that moment. But I left because I left him, you know, the statement. Because I know it's like, if I tell him what he should do, he would even freak out more, right? Just like putting more gasolines in the fire. So I'm just like, okay, I walked away. And then he sent the energy. I think he sensed the energy. And he's just like, okay, he start telling me, what should I do? So I open up, when it's sewer backup in the basement, right? And then, thank God, my husband, he is a plumber, right? We have all the equipment we need to get clean, sewer cleaned, right? So he's got the snake, he just started to, cleaning out the drain. And when he is cleaning out the drain, and then just the water starting going up, right? Starting to get clear. And then that moment, what I have to do is, I had to open all the, I have to run water all over my house. I think I put on reels, right? I post on reels, right? This is like little, the plumbing tips when your sewer backed up. But do not do it when you just starting to plug that. When water get back in the sewer, right? When you start a little bit, right? When you start doing, snake the sewer, right? And then you can starting working a little bit. That's a time you have to open, right? You have to just put the open, run the water all over the house. Okay, I flush the toilet upstairs and downstairs, right? And I run the water, kitchen and bathroom. I did it. About maybe 10 minutes. Yes, I'm worried about my water bills, but it doesn't matter. So after that, it's like everything is starting going smooth because I calm down, and then my husband starting to calm down, and then we starting to look towards what is our next step we are supposed to take as a team, right? Hey, Christina. Thank you so much for joining. I hope your voice, how's your voice this morning, right? Oh, thank you so much. There's self-determination. It's like, you know what? In your life, everywhere, any moment, you know what? You have to make a decisions. It doesn't matter, big ones, small ones, right? And then you make a best decision when you calm down, when you just breathe and take a moment and ask yourself, what is my next step, best step I can take, right? It worked. And then after that, we cleaned everything. Everything was okay. We ruined a couple things, we put some stuff, we had to put it outside. They're gonna go garbage, but that's okay. But it's so funny, those things we put them in the garbage outside. I always, every time I go downstairs, I just extra stuff. I don't like just extra stuff in my house. I always used to think that way, right? And then amazingly, I wish I could get rid of those, the wood or some garbage in the basement. Edie don't think it's garbage, so I thought it was garbage, right? So, and then it's amazingly, right, without argument with my husband, I could get rid of the stuff I always wanted. Thank you so much. So it's funny, I tell myself, it's life. Anything can happen. I understand we react. We overwhelmed when something happens, right? But the worst thing you can do is you starting to freaking out. You're starting to losing your mind. I understand we're human. We can lose our mind for a second. But you have to know you're allowed to do that, but do not stay there. Just like I knew enough because I've been surrounded with my, great people. They've been teaching me how to deal with stuff, right? It's life. Anything can happen, right? So don't be controlled by stuff happens. Do not forget. Do not lose yourself, right? So it's good to take a moment, breathe, stop. Breathing really helps. Some people, they do underestimate the power of breathe, right? But what's happened when you're in a panic? How you breathe? You breathe so fast, like, I don't know what I do, right? Okay, you pay attention, you breathe. You always pay attention. Like Oprah Winfrey says, right? She always talk about breathe. Like, you know what? All you can do at this moment, you just pay attention how you breathe. If you breathe so fast, means you start losing yourself. You can't lose yourself, right? Because you can't think right. You can't think what's the next step. So what's important is breathe. Hey, hello. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? Thank you so much. Look at that. I'm sorry. I forgot your name. Debbie. Debbie, right? Okay. I hope I got your name right. It's so funny. Like I just telling you like don't lose yourself. I lost myself for a second. But it's so important. So I learned. Yes, Debbie, I got it right. Thank you. Thank you, Tessa. So as soon as I just okay, yesterday's situations. Before self-care, show start. Sewer backed up. Yes, I got in panic. Yes, I always want to freak out. I feel really bad for Tessa. But I breathe. I took a moment and I just told myself, what's my next step? Next step I can take. And then you know what? In the end, happy end actually. Everything, by the time everything was done, it was like 9:40ish or something. And then the show was still on, Self-Care. And then I noticed, oh my gosh, Pallavi and Taran joined for Tessa. I was so happy. I was so happy. And then Tessa also asked. Tessa also tried to ask somebody to join her life. If she didn't ask, it happens. Maybe happens, but who knows, right? So I was so happy. They are so kind to join, cover my spot. And then I joined, right? And then before I joined, I just like, oh my gosh, I still have a t-shirt. My hair is messy. But who cares? What was my next step? My next step wasn't to make myself look better, not to fix my hair, not to change my clothes. My best decisions, my next step I was supposed to do was be on show. Join Tessa Ray's self-care show, no matter how I look, right? And happy end, we had a great time. And then I felt very, very grateful moment that people are always kind, people are always helpful. And I learned from Tessa Marie, do not be afraid to ask, right? If something happens, ask. Just ask around, ask friends. The worst answer is no, but no doesn't mean just offering no to the offer. People has all kinds of situation. When people say no, you understand. But okay, that's fine. And it just keep going, right? And then I was so impressed. The show must go on, right? That's why today, yes, I started a little late because I wanted to stay Tessa Marie's last day of gratitude. But that doesn't mean I canceled my morning, my Instagram live. No, the show must go on. right? So I hope maybe you guys can not learn, but I can share something to make your life better, right? Or easier. Anyway, yeah, today is I learned from my experience yesterday, right? What's my next step, right? Everything. Just think. It's life. It's life. Anything can happen in your life. Of course. When it's happened, I understand you freak out, you get in panic, but do not stay there. When it's happened, there's a technique. Stop and breathe and take a moment. Okay? And ask yourself, what's my next step? Right? The smallest step you can take. What can you do? And you just keeping that take that next step, and everything's gonna be fine. All right, thank you so much for watching, and then I hope you have a great day. That's all I can say. So see you later. Bye, everyone.